The controversial YouTuber h3h3 has been banned off of YouTube. Now, when I heard this news, the first thing I did was go to his channel and see if it was deleted. And his channel is still up, which had me do some digging. It turns out he has 2 community guideline strikes. If you get 3, your channel is terminated. However, at 2, you get suspended from uploading for at least a week, sometimes more, depending on how bad the violation is, I think. But he is taking a vacation for at least a week. Now, how did he get these 2 community guideline strikes? Well, the first one, in my opinion, is almost more hilarious than the second one because he got a community guideline strike for an old video that was deemed okay in the past, but is now problematic. That's ironic because I think I remember seeing a tweet from a guy about being held to a higher and higher moral standard that is just not achievable, and eventually they'll watch you burn for it. I thought, that's ironic. Whatever. I'm sure it's no big deal. And his second most recent strike, which is the one that's getting all the publicity, is he made a joke about Ben Shapiro being gassed. And Ben Shapiro is a Jewish right-wing political commentator. And obviously that's a no bueno, making gas jokes about Jews. I am no fan of Ethan Klein. He is cringe. In fact, you should do the opposite of him. If you want to live a happy life, do the opposite of Ethan Klein, and you'll probably be on the right path. But he's not racist. He's not anti-Semitic. I really don't think he's any form of prejudice in any serious way. And the reason I say that is because really very few people are anymore. I know that may shock some of you watching right now, but even when YouTube documentaries go to the most racist places in the United States, and they interview actual Klansmen and literal neo-Nazis, most of them, while they are a little racist, are not like cartoonishly racist. Even them show some grace to their fellow man, because sometimes they'll interview them and be like, well, what do you think of this black person? And they'll be like, oh yeah, he's all right. It's like there's a little disconnect there, but there's not like pure hatred. It's hard to find that pure cartoonishly evil hatred like there was back in the day, because I think genuinely people are just getting better. It's my belief that the vast majority of people are good. Now, everyone is flawed and everyone is judgmental, which is where I think a lot of the racism claims come from. Whoever it is, it's mainly just a judgmental thing, just because human nature and the human brain is all about pattern recognition. Because back in the day when we were surviving, you didn't have time to sit down and analytically think as the woolly mammoth charges you or whatever. It's pattern recognition and quick thinking, because if you don't think quick and make a judgment in a more safe way towards your own well-being, then you just die. So that's how we got here. And then that coding is still up here. And I'm no saint myself. When I see a 20-year-old RU girl with a sleeve full of tattoos, I'm not thinking future wife material. I'm just not. Now, she might be great, and maybe she loves tattoos, and they all have meaning. But all I see is a Corvette with a stupid fucking bumper sticker on it. And you're going to have to prove that you're not that, honestly. It sounds fucked up, but it is what it is, man. Pattern recognition is real. Despite the fact I don't like h3h3 anymore, which is funny because I used to like his old stuff. I think everyone kind of used to like his old stuff. I felt like he appealed to a lot of different people back in the day when he was first coming up. But despite the fact I don't like him, and despite the fact that his content is genuinely like just depressing, and like if you're gonna kill yourself, you're probably watching the H3 podcast. I don't like it, but I think it should exist. And not only do I think H3 shouldn't be deplatformed, I don't think he should have gotten either one of those community guideline strikes. In fact, I don't think most people should get community guideline strikes for the things they're getting struck for. We need to show our fellow humans a little bit of grace. That's probably the most irritating thing, is that rightly, obviously people are holding h3h3's feet to the fire here because he was very pro deplatforming. But in a perfect world, I would love for people just to be like, hey, that's obviously a joke. Like, H3 really isn't going to go gas Ben Shapiro. Like, that's obviously just a silly fucking joke. It's, edgy. But it is funny. It is funny seeing him get banned and potentially deplatformed because he was cheering it on when it was happening to Andrew Tate and Sneeko and all these Alex Jones and all these other people. And now he's finally getting a taste of his own medicine. Hassan, one of his co-hosts, also very pro deplatforming when it comes to people he doesn't like. Destiny, while Destiny tries to weasel out of his answer, in my opinion, if you are not staunchly against it, you're kind of for it in terms of deplatforming. And then he ended up getting deplatformed off of Twitch. So seeing these people that just cheered it on finally getting a taste of their own medicine is funny. It is funny, but I don't like it. I still don't like it. I try to be objective, and I just don't like the practice of deplatforming in general. The answer to me is clear. Unless what you're saying is literally illegal, like it's death threats or something, you should be able to do it. Full stop. That includes terrible things like actual racism, flat earth, whatever dumb thing, it includes that too. You should be able to be a moron on the internet and have people call you a moron on the internet. And this is where I take a big issue with Destiny's take on deplatforming, where he's like, I don't support deplatforming unless it's gross misinformation. Well, funny you say that, because much of the gross misinformation about COVID early on, that if you put on YouTube, you would get removed, turned out to be correct. What? Are you telling me that walking into a restaurant with a mask on and then taking it off immediately didn't do anything? Like, not a goddamn thing? It's crazy, dude. Who is the moral arbiter of truth? Who gets to decide what is misinformation and what isn't, and what is hateful and hate speech and what isn't? And the answer is nobody should. Nobody should be able to decide that, because the only people that will be deciding that are flawed individuals and corruptible systems. So, my dream, I would love to see an internet and see a YouTube platform, which we had about 5 years ago, where Andrew Tate, Sneeko, Destiny, Ethan Klein, and Alex Jones can all coexist, and we have crazy bananas ideas in this direction and in this direction. I would love that. In fact, I am so extreme on this that if Adolf Hitler rose from the dead and created a Minecraft gaming channel, he should be allowed to have Hitler gaming. The bar to getting banned off of YouTube and various social medias is just getting lower and lower and lower, to the point to where I'm starting to get worried about myself getting banned. Not in the immediate future, but 5 years from now, I could definitely see me in the crosshairs, because 5 years ago, somebody like Sneeko or Andrew Tate would not have been kicked off of YouTube, because they really, back then, would not have been considered to be that edgy or problematic or whatever. It's that those two getting banned is crazy. Now, Alex Jones getting banned, while I don't like it and I don't agree with it, I could kind of see it with the whole Sandy Hook thing. And, definitely some shit that wasn't great. But fucking Andrew Tate, dude, those two guys are literally like clowns. Like, they're comedians. They're entertainers. They say crazy shit that I looked at a clip of like Sneeko's worst moments, and I'm just sitting there like, this is not bad at all. I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch long enough, but it just didn't seem bad. And you go and watch Andrew Tate on the Your Mom's House podcast.
And also, too, I worry if I am too submissive, will he not respect me?
No. Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Get rid of that stupid shit.
That won't respect me crap. That's not real.
Is that real? Really?
You know what? So many women say to me, Andrew, you know what? You're so rich, but you're smart, and you're actually very intelligent, and I know you'd get really bored of a robot. And I'm sitting there thinking, bitch, I wish to God you were a robot. You better shut the fuck up. We talk about star signs? Oh, yeah, I'm so glad. Tell me more about by Sagittarius rising, you idiot. I don't give a fuck. Give me a robot. All men want robots. That's all we want. Yeah. 4 wives, robots, inshallah. Put the burqa on.
Yep.
What are you talking about? We don't care. 2 coffees. Yeah. That's it. It's nice and easy. There's no such thing as too submissive. There's no such thing. I'm never going to look at a beautiful woman who does everything I say and go, you know what? you do too much of what I say. I want to go get some disagreeable bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
On what
See,
planet?
but-
Are we supposed to pretend like that's not funny? The guy is hilarious and is clearly playing some degree of a character. Now, many of you guys know that the Zyback character is like based off of me in real life, but it's like every knob turned up to 11. So it's based off a true story, but maybe not necessarily completely the true story. So that's how I feel like Andrew Tate was. Like, I'm sure he lives his life to a certain degree of the way he, shows on YouTube, but I guarantee that knob maybe turned to, 6 instead of 12. So I just don't get it. Like, are we supposed to pretend like this is not, like, it's not entertaining? Like, clearly it is. When you watch a video, there's a great video. It's called Hans Kim lists his top 3 least favorite minorities. It's funny, dude. It's funny. Are we supposed to pretend like that's actually racist and like he should be deplatformed? Like, it's funny. Black comedians pretending to be white people is funny. It's almost always hilarious when they do that voice. I can't even replicate it. It probably sounds like how I sound right now. The situation has just become incredibly sad with how hostile everything has gotten post 2016 on both sides, really. I feel like the left kind of started it, but now the right is definitely participating. There were absolutely a bunch of people on the right that are now partaking in leftist tactics to get H3 banned. It is happening, and I don't like it, but I understand. I get why they are now using the weapons that were used against them, against their enemies. But I just really, in a perfect world, I wish we could show our fellow humans some grace. People in general, whether you're a fucking socialist communist like Hassan or, I don't know, Ben Shapiro, like, I just don't feel like, it sounds like some hippie bullshit, but like, both of those people are probably okay. I'm sure they're both flawed in their own ways, but I don't think either one of them are entirely fucking monsters. So I'd love if we could show our fellow man some grace, but I don't see that happening, dude. We this weird world we're in right now, we just love to dunk on people and just hold their feet to the fire and never let go of any mistake they made. That's never really happened to me, just because I guess I'm completely unapologetic and I just don't give a fuck. But I am a little worried. I am a little worried that 5 years from now, the crosshairs are going to be put on people like me, because Jesus Christ, the bar is just getting lower and lower for what people get banned for nowadays. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe with notifications on, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord. It's free.